Hello students, in today's lecture we will be studying the reactions which are shown by hydrocarbons. So we'll be studying reactions of hydrocarbons. Let us begin with a very simple reaction, that is combustion. What do you mean by combustion? Combustion is nothing but burning in presence of oxygen. Burning in presence of oxygen, that is what is called as combustion. Okay, now when hydrocarbons undergo combustion, let me take up example of methane. This is methane. When it undergoes combustion, which means it is reacting with oxygen, it will decompose, it will break down and give you oxide of each element present in the hydrocarbon. Which are the elements present in this hydrocarbon? Carbon and hydrogen. So combustion of this hydrocarbon will give you oxide of carbon and oxide of hydrogen. Which oxide of carbon do you get here? You get carbon dioxide. And what is the oxide of hydrogen that you get here? It is water. So methane undergoes combustion. It reacts with oxygen at a higher temperature to give you carbon dioxide and water, which I will not put heat here. It will give you carbon dioxide and water. Now this reaction involves liberation of huge amount of heat. It liberates huge amount of heat. So combustion of a hydrocarbon, if it contains only carbon and hydrogen, the only two products that are formed are carbon dioxide and water. So this is a gas, oxygen is also a gas, carbon dioxide formed is a gas, and water which is formed evaporates because this reaction is accompanied by liberation of huge amount of heat. Since heat is liberated, the temperature shoots up and water evaporates as soon as it is formed. Okay, now this reaction in which heat is liberated is also termed as an exothermic reaction. What is it called? It is an exothermic reaction. So combustion is an exothermic reaction because it liberates large amount of heat. Okay, you can balance this reaction. Carbon is already balanced. To balance hydrogen, I will put 2 here. Okay, now oxygen, 2 and 2 oxygen. There are 4 oxygen atoms. So to balance oxygen atom, I will put 2. Okay, so this is your balanced reaction of combustion of methane. Second example. Let me take example of ethane. Which compound is it? Ethane. To write combustion reaction of ethane, you have to just write its reaction with oxygen and write down the oxides of carbon as carbon dioxide and oxide of hydrogen as water. This reaction involves liberation of large amount of heat. So writing heat is very important. Okay. Now to balance this reaction, there are 2 carbon atoms. So you will begin with balancing the carbon atoms. So I put 2 here. How many oxygen atoms are there in all? You will have, okay, next is hydrogen atom. How many hydrogen atoms are there? There are 6 hydrogen atoms here. Here there are only 2. So I multiply this by 3. So that 3 into 2 will make the total number of hydrogen atom as 6. Okay. Now going to the oxygen atom, here there are only 2 oxygen atoms. On this side there are 2 to the 4 plus 3, 7 oxygen atoms. So I will put 7 by 2 here. You can put 7 by 2. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So you will be left with 7 oxygen atom, which will balance the number of oxygen atom on both sides. Okay. If you don't want a fraction here, you can multiply throughout by 2. Okay. So you'll get 2 C2H6, 7 O2, 4 CO2 and 6 H2. Is this okay? Is this okay? Yes. Now Let us go to the next reaction, which are shown by hydrocarbons. Okay, I want to add here something about combustion. Now, when you undergo combustion of hydrocarbons, for example, if you take up sample of ethanol, and if you take up naphthalene bonds and ethanol, that is rectified spirit. Okay, you undergo combustion of this hydrocarbon and you undergo combustion of this hydrocarbon. Okay, ethanol is C2H5OH. This is the formula, and naphthalene has got this structure. This is naphthalene. Okay, this is your benzene ring. Okay, which is bonded to another six-membered ring, which is attached to another six-membered ring. Okay, now when this undergoes combustion and when this compound undergoes combustion, when these two compounds are burnt in presence of oxygen, in this case you will get a non-sooty flame. What you will get? You will get a non-sooty flame. Here you will get a sooty flame. What do you mean by a sooty flame? A clean flame is called as a non-sooty flame. A sooty flame is the flame which is accompanied by some black colored smoke, some black or dark colored smoke. Okay, if you place your finger above this, or if you place your hand above above such kind of flame, your hands will become dark, your hands will become black. Okay, so something will get deposited, a black colored substance will get deposited on your hand. Okay, so such kind of flame is called as a sooty flame. Soot means a black colored smoke along with the flame. Okay, such kind of flame is called a sooty flame. So in whichever compounds you find double bonds or triple bonds, such compounds are called as unsaturated hydrocarbons. So whenever you burn an unsaturated hydrocarbon, you will always get a sooty flame. Whenever you burn a saturated hydrocarbon, here in this compound you will not find any double bond. So this is a saturated hydrocarbon. Whenever you burn a saturated hydrocarbon, you will always get a non-sooty flame. You will always get a clean flame without any black smoke. Okay. Is this okay? Yes. Yes. Going to the next reaction, that is oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction. Oxidation. Now, what do you mean by oxidation? In layman's language, oxidation means addition of oxygen. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. Okay. So, I'll take up example of this compound. The name of this compound is, IUPAC name is ethanal, or it is commonly called as acetaldehyde. It is a liquid. Okay. When this compound is treated with acidified K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7 is potassium dichromate. What is it? Potassium dichromate. What do you mean by acidified? Acidified means it contains small amount of acid in it. So you mix potassium dichromate, you prepare its solution and you add few drops of acid to it. You will get acidified potassium dichromate. Okay, so when this is treated with acidified potassium dichromate, acid in presence of potassium dichromate produces highly reactive oxygen atoms. Okay, produces what? Produces highly reactive oxygen atoms. Now whatever is unstable is always written in square brackets. So this is unstable, this is highly reactive. Such type of oxygen atoms are called as nascent oxygens. It is called as nascent oxygen. So highly reactive oxygen which is formed when acidic acid is added to potassium dichromate is called as nascent oxygen. As soon as this is formed, it reacts with ethanol to give you this compound. This is called as ethanoic acid, or we have learned that it is also called as acetic acid. Okay. Now what has happened in the reaction? In the reaction, acid and potassium dichromate has together formed nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen reacts with ethanol. It gets added. It gets added to ethanol. Where is it getting added? It is getting added somewhere here. Can you see here? It is getting added in this bond, CH bond. Okay. So this addition of oxygen is simply called as oxidation. What is it called? It is called as oxidation. Oxidation. A very simple example. Okay. Now the earlier reaction that you had learned, that is combustion reaction. Combustion reaction. There also carbon and hydrogen form their oxides. So oxygen is getting added to carbon, oxygen is getting added to hydrogen. So that is also one kind of oxidation process only. It is not only oxidation, it involves oxidation and reduction both. In higher classes you will learn that combustion is a redox reaction. Okay, here also something is getting oxidized, some other thing is also getting reduced. Okay, let us not go into that. So in layman's term, for your for 10th standard, you have to just focus that this oxygen is getting added into this bond. So oxygen is getting added to this compound and it is forming acetic acid. This reaction is an example of oxidation reaction. Which reaction? Oxidation reaction. Okay, we'll study remaining reactions in the next session. Till then, keep studying.